Hello everyone, I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about how is the new Xbox One game PUBG. I know PUBG isn't a new game, but it's a new Xbox One game and we got to talk about it. Now, obviously the game is like buggy and all that stuff because it's early access. We will get to that, but I want to talk about the actual some of the good things about the game first, because I feel like the game doesn't get credit for the good things. And let me tell you, this game is like Rainbow Six Siege 2 years ago. Do you guys remember when Rainbow Six Siege first came out? How intense it was, how scary it was when you were a noob, and how after you learned how the game worked, it was still intense. Like, this is PUBG. I've played a lot of it now. I think I've put in, actually, not a lot of it. I've played about roughly 75 games. You know, lots of it solo, some with teams, and it's intense. And after I learned how to play the game, it is still really intense, and I absolutely love it. I love that just intensity that the game offers you of actually immersing you in the game, because I feel like, Call of Duty World War II is not a great Call of Duty game. It's better than the previous ones, but Call of Duty World War II didn't immerse you in the game as well as I think they could have done. Granted, it's Call of Duty, it's hard to do, but you guys see the point that I'm trying to make. Something that is very kind of weird about PUBG's gameplay on Xbox is it feels very genuine, and what I mean by that is, let's just take H1Z1 for example. To have a really good aim in H1Z1, you need to be able to aim in third person and laser beam people, right? And in this game, it feels more like, I want to say realistic, but if you aim with iron sights, your bullets go down the iron sights, and it feels very skill-based. It feels like the systems of having good aim and having good looting and all that is still there. The systems are very obvious to an experienced gamer, like the hipfire systems and all that, all the little background processes. It's very obvious that those are there, but they're done so well and so artistically that, it's that suspension of disbelief of playing a video game, basically. When you play H1Z1, I feel like it is more obvious that you are playing a video game than if you're playing PUBG, because PUBG, it feels less like a video game and more like a real experience. It nails realism in just immersing you in the gameplay. It immerses you so much, and with the things that they could have easily made just a very obvious system, like grinding in an RPG, right? You play an RPG and, I can grind this out really fast, then you just, changes your perspective of a game. This game doesn't really change your perspective. I still have that suspension of disbelief, as it's called, when I'm playing the game. So with, this game in early access, there are bugs in it. There's the rendering issues. There's, the really, it looks like Ocarina of Time when you first fly in. There are those issues, but I think a bigger issue than those is the game crashes for me a lot. Now, I run it on normal Xbox One, and I kind of counted, I looked at my hours that I played in the game and how many crashes I've had. I have about 10 to 15 crashes every 24 hours, which means roughly a crash every 45 to, I would say, 40 minutes. Basically, that's almost once a game, because a game lasts a half hour, and especially in squads, my team is really good. We're really good at getting to top 10, right? So I'm pretty sure every time I've played a game with a squad, except for the very first game we played, someone crashes. And granted, if you're running, you still run forward, and it's hilarious trying to save that person, but there have been games where my friend and I have died because of crashes, right? We'll be driving a car, and the driver will crash, their game will crash, and the car will still be moving, and you can't jump out of a moving car, and the car will, run into a line of fire, right? Or my friend Forrest and I, we were playing the other day. He was in a car and I was driving, and he crashed, and so he was like, and it was a really small circle with still a lot of people, so it was like, well, what am I going to do? I have to drive him around or else he's going to get sniped. And I ended up getting killed, and he couldn't do nothing about it, so his car, literally, he stayed in the car and got nailed. So the crashes, I think, are the biggest issue in this game, And if they fix the crashes, everything else could be fixed. Fix the crashes first, please. God, it's so bad. We're going to move to something that Rainbow Six Siege did not accomplish very well because of the nature of the game. Not H1Z1, PUBG does really well. And you can play the game solo or together and still have a great time. Right? Duos and squads. I think squads is probably the most fun game mode because I like playing with friends and we like messing around, right? Like, there's 4 of us. We get 2 motorcycles with sidecars, right? And we ride around in the sidecars, or we just yell at each other and this and that and the other, and it's really fun. Duos, that partner gameplay is really, like, the partner gameplay, the duos gameplay is different than the squads gameplay. Very much. It's really insane how much that gameplay is different. And then the solo gameplay is different than the duos and the squads. And all 3 of those game modes, even though it's the exact same game, just with 100 teams of 1, or 50 teams of 2, or 25 teams of 4, it still is different in all 3 of those game modes, and it's amazing. This game, even though you got to play it online with multiplayer, you could play it alone and have a great time. I love this game alone. I love it together, and I love it in squads. It's absolutely amazing. Now, this game, PUBG, even though it's in early access, it has the potential to take Xbox One, the Xbox One platform with Xbox One X, and start making it great again. Everyone remembers the glory days of Halo, right? That's what made Xbox and Xbox 360 great. And then all of the slick controls in Call of Duty, that made Xbox really fun. And then Xbox 360 with their indie games, right? Like Minecraft, and it's like the Keflings games were really good, and just the indie marketplace on Xbox 360 was insane. And this is kind of gonna help Xbox kind of regain its glory a little bit. And I think what Xbox really needs this kind of nuanced, more, different types of games, because what makes console games great is the fact that you don't gotta mess around with them too much. Yeah, if PUBG, you gotta play it at 30 frames a second on the Xbox One. I'm fine with that if I don't gotta mess with the settings, right? Like if I'm playing on a PC, 60 FPS, I've noticed if a game runs on 30 FPS on a PC, I do really bad. 30 FPS on a console, it's fine. 60 FPS on a PC, I do good, right? So you need the 60 FPS on the PC, and upgrading your parts and all that stuff. There is an unlevel playing field on PC a little bit. Console evens it out, and I just love console gaming. I hope that more awesome games like PUBG come to the console because it's such a good game for Xbox. I really want Xbox to do better again. With their mixed reality, heck yeah, I want Microsoft to do freaking good. But with that being said, have you guys played PUBG on the Xbox? Is it fun? I'm actually really happy they updated it twice already. Like, that's great. But I want you guys to share your thoughts of PUBG Xbox in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, because I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer. I suck just as bad as you do at video games, and I will see you in the next episode, stream, or vlog of whatever I decide to make. And hopefully, after the December's over, we can get back to daily uploads, because I'm tired of not uploading daily. It's horrible. I hate it. But see you guys later.